Hello, everyone. Welcome to the book review, Letting Go, The Pathway to Surrender. Today, we are talking Chapter 8, Anger. So far in Anger, we talked about using anger positively, self-sacrifice, acknowledgement, acknowledging that we are angry, and today we are going to talk about expectations and chronic resentment. I just want to give you a disclaimer that this is nothing new. The content is in the book. I'm reviewing the book. It's just my perception. I will add some of my experiences, examples which are not there in the book, which is based on my understanding of the book. That's all it is. Otherwise, the entire content is written by Dr. David Hawkins, and I'm just reviewing the book. Expectations. We have a lot of expectations from everybody and anybody. We have expectations from our job, from our kids, from our parents, from our siblings, from our neighbors, right? If I do some favor to you, let's say at first when I did, I'm a very nice person. I help. I gave you something. I helped you in the time of need. But now I create an expectation. When I need help, if you don't help me out, I'm like, what is with her? Why is she not helping me? I helped her so much. It's not that I'm not even expecting one help for one help. I helped her like 10 times. Why is she not helping me this once? I wanted her car. I always gave her car whenever she needed mine. And I just wanted once, and she's saying that she cannot do it. She didn't even give a valid reason. When you have those expectations, it will lead into disappointments because people might not live up to your expectations. The problem is you don't know what is going on. You don't know what is going on. Maybe they're not good at explaining stuff. Maybe they needed it more than that. Maybe they cannot return the favor at that point of time. Doesn't matter what the reason is. We build people who say, I'm a very nice person. I always help others. It is good to help others without having any expectations. Help because you want to do a good deed. Don't help because someday they will return the favor to you. Because if you see, automatically when you are helping people, you are putting good deeds in a favor bank. It will come return. Just because I am helping you, every day I gave you a car. Let's say you had a car trouble. You gave your car for servicing. For 1 month, you didn't have your car. You were working on a rental car. You had 2 cars. You had only one. You said, hey, I need to pick up my kid. I need my car. My car is just sitting in the garage. Go take it whenever you want, take it. I did that. Don't do it with an expect. And most of the time we don't. Most of the time when we are doing the help, we don't say that I'm going to expect it back from you. You don't do that. Most of the people don't do that. But when I need help and I ask, let's say you did not return the favor to me. I always see it as, if I am the person who is always helping you and you never help me back, then there is a possibility, and this is my take on this. It does not say in the book. It's my take on this, that there is like karma, right? Runam. I'm indebted to you. What if you did so many favors to me in my past life and I'm giving it back to you? When I'm giving it back to you, why should I expect it in return? Because if I expect it in return, then the karma loop is never broken, right? If you are helping a lot of people and they are not doing anything in return, then it is always better. There is no proof to this, right? There is no way to prove that, oh, in my past life, I used to live in a place where you used to give me your vehicle of whatever, or you used to take me and I owed you all that. And in this life, I'm returning the favor. Oh, you came from that person to this person. You incarnated like this person, and I am returning the favor. You have no guide like that to tell you. But what is such a good thought if you think there is nothing you are going to lose? If you feel that whenever you are giving gifts to a lot of people, when you're serving a person a lot and they're being so mean to you all the time, it is always better to say that, think that maybe I owe you. I'm clearing my karma. So if you're not helping me, that means you don't owe me anything. If you come from that point of view, it is such a relief, you will not be disappointed in their behavior. You will not say, because the moment we are disappointed in somebody's behavior, we indulge in gossip. We indulge in blaming them. We indulge in judging them. We indulge in getting mad at them. We indulge in saying that I'm not going to do this anymore because you're so ungrateful, right? When you go into that mode, you're dropping yourself from your existing reality, and you're going to do bad things. You're going to acquire bad karma again. Why? Why go through that ordeal, right? So expectations is a thing when it is better not to expect anything from anybody. No expectations, no reservations. Don't reserve anything, you doing your full potential because of other person's attitude. I can actually, my car is just sitting in the garage. I can give her, but because of her attitude, because she didn't help me out when I needed, I don't think she deserves this. Even so, she's going to come, I'm going to say that the car is not there, lie. Or, hey, my car doesn't have enough gas, lie. Or, sorry, I cannot give it to you right now because I have to go somewhere in this next moment, lie. We are unnecessarily adapting to not our best behavior, which used to be there, but we are dropping ourselves because we had expectation from the other person. Just do good things for the sake of doing them. Just do your best work at any place. If, like, I'm sick, I'm recovering, whatever I can do, I'll do today. Whatever is my best, take what you have, do the best you can. Given my situation, whatever is my best, I'll do that. If that is 10% of my usual best, still it's okay. I will not say that, oh, I cannot do 90% of my usual self because I'm sick. I can be in that state, or I can say, given what I have, I'm doing the best I can, right? And this is the best today. Today, this is the best. I might be coughing, I might be sneezing, I might be doing this, I might be doing that, but that's okay. Don't kill yourself because you're not your best all the time. You're not at your 100% all the time. Don't kill yourself. That is expectation from yourself too, right? Be reasonable. Be reasonable with yourself and with others. Don't have expectations. When you have expectations, right? When you don't have expectations, we stop pressurizing others with our expectations, right? When we do that, when you are in a place where you can stop pressurizing others with our expectations, then what happens is we create an opening for them. Otherwise, people will not talk to us. It's like, oh, you know what? Amma is always expecting me to be this clean, this tidy. I'll not even get out of my room. I will close my room. If I open my room, she'll come and she will say I'm messy. She'll say my room is like, not cleaned up. What if my son is sitting in the room and creating a very good piece of art? His room is messy, but he created a beautiful piece of art. He wants to share with me, but he will not, because the moment I see, he'll say, Amma, can you come and see this? If I'm focusing on everything else in the room and not the art he created and he wants to share with me, he will not open up with me. It will create a habit and he will become a closed person who will not share his joys with me, right? So if I stop having expectations, if I see the things, that does not mean become a bad parent. That does not mean to say don't correct your kid or anything. It is just saying that in that moment, he's sharing his joy with you. Be in that moment. Vibrate at where he's vibrating. Share the joy with him. After a certain point, when the time is right, hey Prahlad, you know what? It will be good if you can clear your room a little bit. It will free up the space for you. It will give you more creative energy in that room. Try to say it of course, I know there is nothing wrong in yelling at kids. There is nothing wrong in disciplining them. But what I'm saying is, when you stop pressuring others with your expectations, you create an opening for them. And what happens when you create an opening to somebody is they spontaneously respond positively to us. People are genuinely, in general, like, if you hang anything without any pulling force or a pushing force or any external force, the state of mind of any sane person is to be in a state of happiness. I want to be calm. I want to be peaceful. Our peace is shattered when an external force comes, not with us, from us. It is from external situations. External situations, external things, they cause the imbalance. If we try to not have expectations on people and things and everything, then you don't have to do anything different. Your state is already happy. Your default state is happiness. Your default state is peaceful. right? If you don't do anything, this is like this. Only when I press it, it'll go up, or I push it, it goes up, or I do this or do this. If I don't do anything, it is like this. So we don't have to do anything extra. I don't have to do extra forces to keep it here. I just have to let go. I just to be in this present moment. Just be myself, whatever that myself is. Again, don't compare with anybody. My sense of peace might be different from your sense of peace. I cannot compare with you and say, oh, this person is sitting in a Zen, the beautiful Zen environment they created. There is a waterfall, there is a garden. She sits on a bench and she meditates. That is peace. How do you know what is going on in her head? What do you know? What kind of crazy things are going on in her head and how much frustrated that person is? The external environment is very peaceful. You don't know. So don't compare yourself with, don't have an idea of peace. Try to understand what your peace is. Your peace could be you're sitting in between traffic in a very noisy machine, and then still you're in Zen. You're content. Your peace could be that. From externally, when people are saying, it's like, oh, poor thing, she's in such a noisy environment, I don't think she can ever have peace. How do you know? You can see some Girni wala could be very happy working on a Girni machine, that day in and day out, 8 hours of work with that heavy, noisy machine, but he could be whistling and playing songs. His heart will be jumping with joy. So it is not, don't compare with anybody or anything. When you stop having expectations from people or situations, you automatically create an opening for them. And they spontaneously respond positively to us, right? And when they spontaneously respond positively to us, what happens is it offsets the resentments by shifting what we have done for others, right? It offsets the anger. Whatever anger they have towards anything will be offset. And then you move from the level of sacrifice to the level of loving gift. When my neighbor wanted my car, instead of saying that, you know what, I sacrifice my car every day for her. How is it a sacrifice when you're not using it? It's sitting in your garage. You just gave it because she needed it, out of the love, out of feeling that, oh, she has a kid she has to pick up from school. You gave it lovingly towards her in the beginning. Only when she did not return the favor, it became like, oh my God, I sacrificed. I gave it whenever she wanted. Whenever she used it, my gas was consumed. I did not even ask her to fill it back. It's like, why? When you are doing the things for the sake of doing it because it is a right thing, then it becomes a gift for people. You become a gift for people, right? When you acknowledge yourself for this move, that you did it with a gift and not because of a sacrifice. You did it because you wanted to. You prompted yourself, and without any force or without anybody pushing you, you did it. When you come to that state, you drop your expectations. You don't have an expectation on them, right? Do you have expectation because you're cooking every day, or you're raising your kids, or you're dropping them at school? Yes, some parents even do that. You know what? I did so much for you growing up. What are you doing for me now? Right? Once you do it because it is my responsibility to, I took the responsibility of becoming a parent the moment I gave birth to my kids. It is my responsibility. I cannot expect anything from them. If they do something back to me, it's good. If they cannot, that's okay. I did not do it. When you are raising a kid, are you literally feeding your baby saying that tomorrow that kid is going to feed me when I'm in 60s and 80s? Do you even get that thought? A mom gets that thought? No, right? Later on, you feel that when they are not, because you had expectations, later on when they don't return the favor, you're like, see, all my sacrifices are wasted. No, they are not sacrifice. You're just being yourself. You're enjoying. I had a payoff as a mom. I enjoyed raising my kid, right? When we drop our expectations to others, we dissolve the resistances in others, not just us. When we drop the expectations, you automatically resolve the resistance that other people have towards you. Then the relationship becomes beautiful. The mutual relationship becomes so nice. When the people around you are in peaceful relationship with you, it's a joy. It's a joy to just sit and talk to them, to spend time with them, right? So this is what expectations does. When you stop pressuring, I'm repeating because it is so important, and it is like a habit. You have to do it multiple times for it to become a habit. This is a great habit to create, not to have expectations from anybody, not stop. When we don't have expectations from people, we are nice to them. When you are nice to them, they are nice to you. They open up, they share the good things. Otherwise, how many times people stop sharing good things with you, right? Oh, that person will be jealous or she will judge me. I will not tell this to my mom because even in that she will pick up something nice. I'll not tell this to my dad because out of all this, he'll pick up something negative and then pick it up kind of thing. Why don't let people be joyful with you? When they are joyful with you, you are joyful with them, right? So that is what it is. We get what we want when we stop insisting on it. The other thing is when you're working too hard towards a thing, you feel like it is going farther and farther. You're working towards a goal. You are incessantly crazy about it. You're thinking only about how many different ways it can go wrong, right? And you're expecting an outcome. Sorry, the light is because my window, it's morning time for me and the sunlight is falling on me. So let's say I wore a nice dress today. I usually don't wear that kind of dresses or something. I go and I'm expecting everybody to notice it, to praise me, to give me compliments. So I started my day with an expectation. I wore this, I'm very happy. This is something new and I feel beautiful in it. I should have been content there. But it's like, okay, now let me see what other people will say. Will they like it? I never tried this kind of style before. Let me see what they'll say about it. You go, and what if nobody notices it? You're so disappointed. The joy with which you did not buy it for others. You bought it for you because you like that style or something. But the joy is gone. Now, the same thing, if you are joyful wearing it, because you're in a state of joy and not in a state of expectation. When you're expecting, you don't know what you'll get. You don't know if you'll get a positive compliment or a negative compliment. So when you are expecting something, there is a fear also that there could be a negative compliment. You are vibrating very low. Instead, be joyful. I love this dress. I bought this. You go, you are joyful. Actually, you'll get compliments like, nobody can pull off that bright yellow. I don't know how you're doing that. That kind of responses come. When you stop expecting things from others or from people, you'll be amazed at, because it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you whether people praise you, or yourself are joyful already. Now people will add to your joy because you're vibrating at such a high level. They'll be like, oh my God, she's so fat. I don't think anybody can pull off such a dress. It would be so horrible on somebody. Actually, you can tell when people enjoy what they're wearing. You know how some very fat people, they look absolutely gorgeous in some dresses. And very skinny people, they are like absolutely skinny, but they have this one small tire of fat or something somewhere. And they are so conscious of it. People will say only that. What happened to her? She did not have that bump before. What happened? People will focus only on that. Why? Because you are focusing on that. So we get what we want when we stop insisting on it. Try that. It's wonders. Expectation from others, right? Of others. A form of emotional blackmail. When you are, I'm not kidding, the biggest people who do emotional blackmail to you are moms and dads. Maybe less of dads, but moms. Moms, they do a lot of emotional blackmail. They sacrifice so much for you. They'll be like, it's okay. I will sit up all night. You do this, you do that. And then they expect things from you. I did all this for you. I did all this for you. When you're doing that, you're making the other person restricted. You're telling the person that don't go and live your life. You have to think of me all the time. You have to think of how to repay what I did for you. And nobody can repay a mother's love. I mean, if you're a mother, you will know. When you become a mother, you will know your mother's importance. When you become a parent, you will know your parents' importance and what they did for you. Nobody can ever repay what our parents, we can never repay our parents. No matter what you do, you cannot repay our parents, because even though, let's say you had the worst parents ever, they did not take care of you. You fought against all the odds and became very successful. Guess what? If they were not like that, you wouldn't have been so successful. If they did not create such bad situations, you couldn't have become. And a lot of people who are very successful, their kids are not so successful because they always try to give the best situations to their kids, which they did not. They feel that I went through so much hardship. I fought with my life to be here. I don't want my kids to go through that. I will give them beautiful childhood, beautiful. But guess what? Your hardships are the one which propelled you to success. You are not showing all this to your kids. How will they do? How will they come to place where you are? And then you'll be like, what happened? What did I do wrong? Why are my kids not motivated? Why are they not doing this? Why are they not looking at every opportunity like I used to? I used to be thirsty for opportunities because you were thirsty. They are not. They are content. They don't need opportunities. They will not do. You'll be like, I used to pick up any job, any money I got, whatever it is. I valued everything. Because you didn't have anything you valued for everything. You're giving everything in a silver platter to your kids. How will they value things? Right? So no matter what you do, you can never repay your parents because the circumstances with which they did stuff to you, you cannot replicate that. You cannot throw away money. You cannot say, you paid $1,000 for me for my education, so I will give it back to you when I'm earning 100K. That it's not the same value ever. So don't even think of repaying your kids, your parents, or anybody who helped you. Same thing, don't expect others to repay you because you will never be happy. Because if you had a high fever, in that high fever, you did something to somebody and they breezed through it and they gave it back to you. Will it have the same value? You will not be content. You'll be like, you know what? They're rich. They can do whatever they want. I struggled so much. No. So first of all, stop saying that I sacrificed for you, I did this for you. That is emotional blackmail. Stop doing that. And let go of wanting to manipulate their emotional responses towards us, right? See, it is like this puppets. When we do emotional blackmail, right, we invoke fear, obligation, and guilt in others. Why do you want to do that? You want to uplift people. You don't want to push them down. You, with emotional blackmail, you're actually pushing a person down who is happier into lower emotions. Why do you want to do that consciously? Why do I want to stab you? Why do I want to stab you when you're so happy? Don't do that. Don't create emotional blackmail for people, right? And why do we do that? To gain power and control. Whether you like it or not, we do that to gain power and control. To say that you do how I'm asking you to do because I did that for you at that time, right? And it's manipulation. It is manipulation, whether you like it or not. Parents who say that sacrifice a lot for kids and then say that I did this for you, they are trying to manipulate their kids. It's unfortunate, but that's what they're trying to do. So this is when we aren't emotionally validated as children, right? We tend to believe as adults that no one will ever understand me. First of all, people will understand you when you understand yourself. When I understand who I am, when I appreciate who I am, when I'm happy and content with who I am, that reflects. People will see that. World is a mirror to me. If I am wearing this dress, I cannot expect you to see me in a red dress. I'm not wearing a red dress, right? I cannot say, hey, how do you like my red dress? First, I have to see and believe and acknowledge that I am not wearing a red dress, right? I need to understand me. I need to remove my colored lens. I need to understand me. If I understand me properly, world will understand me. If I don't, world will see me as a stupid person. If I'm wearing a colored lens and if I keep saying that I'm wearing a red dress, do you see the red flowers? Do you like them? It's like, what? Does she even know who she is? Does she have any kind of awareness? Did she ever look at a mirror? And you feel that, oh my God, this person, why are they so difficult? Why are they not accepting I'm wearing my red dress? This is how the world is. This is how your status is when you feel that you have different narcissistic people. Oh my God, the term narcissistic. When you say there are narcissistic people around you, look inside you first. First of all, if they are narcissistic, figure out why you are with them, move away from them. For any reason you are stuck with them, then figure out how to uplift yourself, work around them. If they are your family, you cannot do anything about it, right? Then what? And so, and mostly people will say, if you have been invalidated as a child, right? Invalidation means people did not understand your emotion. People did not help you or let you express your emotion, live through your emotion, whatever that emotion was. Then what happens is, because we are young and naive, what we feel is, oh, this is wrong. My mom says I should not cry. So me crying is wrong. Me feeling sad is wrong. I have to ignore my feelings, right? I should not be weak. Crying is weak. Yelling is weak. Screaming is weak. Getting angry is weak. So what happens is you are mixed up. You don't understand your own emotions. You don't understand how to process your feelings, right? When you don't understand yourself on how to process your feelings, you will start saying that people don't understand how I feel, because you learned how to ignore your feelings. You suppress them. And now you grow up saying that people don't understand how I feel, because in my heart, I'm feeling very sad, but I'm not showing it in my face because I never understood how to express my feelings. If I'm not showing you I'm sad, how do I expect you to believe that I am sad? Right? And the other thing is, you're struggling, you're killing yourself from inside, but you are trying to say, you know what, irrespective of my feelings, I make everything happen. I'm extremely sick. I cannot do anything, but I will do all my work I'm supposed to do. I will cook today, I'll clean today. You will not see a difference. You will not even realize I'm sick. When you are that way, how will people understand you? How will people take care of you? How will people say, okay, even, you know what, my mom is a rock. Even though she's sick, she'll do it. You won't even have sympathy. You'll be proud of them. And inside you're feeling that my feelings aren't important to anyone. Do you see how contradictory we create the world around us? Because we were not raised with a way to understand our emotions. When you are an adult and when you're doing these things, that means your feelings have been invalidated when you were a kid. That's okay. Your parents did not know better. They were also like that. At least learn now. At least learn and understand. To you understand emotions well, you will understand emotions with everybody else, right? I have to hide my problems from others. A lot of people have this. No, you don't have to. I have to shove my emotions into the background. Others will always assume the worst of me. How does it matter what people think of you? First, see what you think of yourself, right? When you live for the world, when you live to please the world, you will never be happy, ever be happy. I shouldn't feel this way. It's my fault. Oh my God, this self-sabotage of my fault. I am like this. I have to numb my emotions. My emotions are toxic. I'm a toxic person, right? These things, all these things, if any of you fall into these categories, you are living in a victim mode. You are saying that I am like this, yes, because my parents raised me like that's okay. They raised you. They did whatever they could to the best of their knowledge of what they knew. Why can't you? You are an adult. You have a choice to make. You have a free will right now. Why don't you fix it? It will be hard, but work, at least start working on it, right? How does validation and invalidation look like? Feelings deserve space. It doesn't matter how long. Everybody expresses emotions and goes through emotions in a different state. Let's say my dad passed away in 2004. How I processed my grief was very different from how you process your grief. Let's say your dad also passed away right now, back then, whenever. Then your feelings need space. No matter, you cannot say, oh, my dad passed away when I was 28. You are like 50, 60 right now, and he passed away with natural death, and my dad was accident. Yours was like, your dad passed away when he's 85. Come on, he lived his entire life. What is wrong with you? Grow up. Why are you still in grief? No. Everybody has a right to go through the emotions they want to go through for however long. Every feeling deserves space. When somebody around you says that, then they are validating your feelings. If they are saying, no, you cannot feel that way, get up. If you are like this, what will happen to your family? You are head of the family. Fix your feelings, act as if nothing happened, be brave, be strong, move on. They're invalidating your feelings. How to know people around you are invalidating your feelings versus they're validating your feelings, right? Your feelings and thoughts are important. You shouldn't feel or think that. Anybody who suppresses your feelings or who says or tries to fix how you're thinking, they're invalidating your feelings. They're not understanding it. It's okay to feel what you feel, avoid feeling and look at the bright side. All feelings matter and are honored. Feelings exist in a hierarchy. At least you didn't experience XYZ. My dad passed away because of whatever, right? If somebody says, oh, your parent also got cancer, but my parent, when they got cancer, they suffered for 5 years. Your parent passed away in like 2 months. So you're lucky. No. Everybody, I mean, I am saying all these things, but every person falls into this trap. We all fall into this trap of invalidating our kids' feelings, our friends' feelings. When our friends are going through something, you don't know because you want to cheer them up. You cannot see them sad. You want to say something positive to them. So you end up saying the things which are actually you're invalidating their feelings. Just because a feeling is valid does not make it true. Yet they still matter and deserve to be experienced. Feelings should be only comfortable and happy, and we don't tolerate others or our diverse feelings. Actually, this morning I was looking at a clipping where it says that Buddhism, it asks you to replace a negative feeling with a positive feeling. When you replace a negative feeling with a positive, at least this is my experience. When you replace a negative feeling with a positive feeling, what happens is you're not living that negative feeling. Everything has its course. Just because you skip first grade and do second grade, it does not make you a smarter kid. You did not experience the, let's say you are very smart, like academically, let's say you're very smart. You can do third grade math in first grade. I cannot put you in third grade because socially and emotionally, you are not there as a third grade kid. A 6-year-old and 8-year-old are very different emotionally and socially. I have to figure out how to challenge you academically, but I have to let you play with 6-year-old kids. I have to let you play with your age-old kids to do the silly things that they are doing. I don't want you to assume and be mature like an 8-year-old kid. There is a lot of difference. Parents will understand this. Every 6 months, you will see the kids grow so fast. So a 6-year-old is very different from an 8-year-old in thinking perspective, how they gel with their friends, how do they emotionally exchange things, how they feel sad, left out, how they process their emotions, right? So let the kid be, let the kid experience. We have to get a chance to experience our emotions, no matter what it is. And there is no right or wrong. You can stay in this state. And if somebody is coming and confiding in you that, hey, I don't like this state, I'm in this state for a long time, then you, in the name of saying something to uplift them, you end up invalidating we always fall in this trap. It's a fine line. We always fall in this trap. How do we prevent anger? No longer accept invalidation from others or the small aspect of oneself. Don't invalidate your emotions yourself and from others. When you do that, you can prevent the anger. How? Because when we are invalidating ourselves, or when we are invalidating others, what happens is we get mad at people for staying in a status for a very long time. We get mad at people, we get mad at ourselves for staying in a certain state for long. When you don't let the course, actually, emotion is energy in motion. If you don't forcefully suppress it, when no external force acts on it, it is in motion. It won't stay in a particular state for a very long time. It's a fleeting. Emotions are fleeting. We don't let it fly or flow. We hold on to it. We hold on to it. If you don't hold on to it, it will move. It will not stay for a longer time. If you don't let it flow, if you trap it, it will stay for a long time. If you suppress it, it will stay trapped for a long time. You let it go. You let it go, you let it flow. Emotions are always fleeting. If you don't do anything, including grief, they have a 20-second, 30-second, 1 minute. It's a flowing water kind of thing. It won't stay anywhere unless you pick a pail and pick up some water, river water, and then it stays with you. Otherwise, its nature is to flow. Its nature is to take its course and move on. All the emotions are like that. But we hold on to them. We hold on to the anger. When you hold on to things, you become angry. You become angry at your incapacity, at your other's incapacity to help you, at a lot of things, because you create expectations, right? Once we do not let others to invalidate you, or you don't invalidate others, you can prevent anger. At that time, you will be in a place to acknowledge all that is positive within ourselves and others. You cannot see positive when you're holding on to the negative. When I'm holding on to a black piece of paper and looking only at it, I will not be able to look at the brightness next to me because I am so focused on the black. Let's say I just have an A4 size black paper. If I'm only focusing on that, looking at it, how am I enjoying the brightness around me? How am I acknowledging the positive and things around me, right? Once you do that, once you let go of emotion without holding on to it for a longer time, once you not let other people invalidate you or you invalidate others, then you will be in a position to acknowledge the positivity around you. And when you do that, when you're not focusing only on the negative, when you do that, then relationships will rapidly change. It's like this. You can say that I have been in a bad relationship for 10 years, 20 years, but you fixing your stuff, it's literally like this. I'm holding on to it. Once I let go, once it is gone, you quickly see the positive things and relationships will change. People will say it will never change. They will always fight. They will never be happy together. There are people who pass judgments like that, but you will see that your relationships will rapidly change. It takes very fast because you have removed your potential sources of anger. Once you remove potential sources of anger, everything becomes very peaceful. Chronic resentment. What is chronic resentment? It is unrecognized anger, and resentment emerge in our life as depression. If you don't recognize the anger in your life, oh my God, people are angry about so many things. I hate it that there is corruption here. I hate it that the government is not doing anything good. I hate it that the organization, the HOA, Homeowners Association, is not taking care of the roads. You're angry for every small thing. You're angry for the world. You're angry for yourself. You're angry for your work, your employer, your employees, your colleagues, your family, your neighbors. If you don't process that anger, if you don't let it go as and when it stems for something, you don't process it and let it go, all that recognized anger will make you a bitter person. Your personality will change. Oh, I was a very pleasant person in college. People used to love me. I don't know how and when I became like this. I have a frown on my face all the time. I'm never happy. I'm serious. I'm stuck up. Why did you become like this? Because there is so much you took it upon. You're angry on so many things. You're angry on the world. You're angry on every single thing that is going wrong in the world. That leads to depression. Anger kills the angry person, not the so-called enemy. Because if you really want to change the status quo, you be the change that you want to see in the world. You go and see, what is it that I can do? What is it that I can do? It's just sit and watching TV and complaining about things is going to do no good. Absolutely no good. And depression is anger directed against oneself. I'm depressed. It's the anger turned towards myself is depression. If I do it for a very long time, if I turn the anger direct towards myself for a very long time, slowly I'll go into depression. And when you are like that, when you're not resolving that anger, it is pushed further. Right now I'm conscious. What are you angry about? I'm angry about this. I'm angry about that, like zillion things. I'm conscious about it. But if I don't do anything about it, if I don't do anything to let go of that anger, it slowly gets into my unconscious mind. I'm not even conscious about when I'm getting angry about things. I suppress so much. I'm like, you know what? Things will never change. The street will stay dirty. Nobody's going to take care of it. I'm just like, fed up of this. When you are not doing anything about it, when you're either you do something about it or you let it go. When you either don't do any of them, it will manifest as illness in your body. You'll get high BP, you will get thyroid, you will get heart attacks, cardiology, whatever, pain body, migraine headaches. And you're surprised on why do I have, there is no reason for me to get a migraine headache. And you're popping pills, you're ruining your body, you're staying in the chair, ruining the balance. Simple. To cure all this, let go of inner anger. Just let go of inner anger and you will see everything falls into place. Stanford did a project called Forgiveness Project. What they did was they took people with medical ailments, like people who had heart problems, who had high blood pressures and a lot of health problems. And they did workshops where they asked people to forgive. Forgive who? Forgive the people who have caused anger to them. Like, let's say every day you're my son, you don't clean up your room, you dump everything on the floor, and you go to work. That is not bothering you. My kids say, when I say, oh my God, your room is dirty, they're like, no, it is not dirty, it is messy. There is no dirt in my room. It is messy. There is a difference between messy and dirty. They are okay with the mess. They are not okay with dirt. They are like very clean. They won't get onto the bed unless they take a shower. They are very particular about it. I'm like, Prahlad, you don't get onto your bed because it will become dirty until you take a shower. How come your clothes are on the floor? Yeah, that is messy. What is wrong? They're not dirty. They are messy. I don't like dirt. I'm okay with the mess. He's okay with it. It is not bothering his peace. If it is bothering me, let me go and do something about it. Or train him on how to do it. Figure out a way on how to train him to be not messy and be organized. If I forgive and forget and move on and try to do something constructive, something that makes a change, in spite of that, if I every day get frustrated whenever I pass through his room, whenever I go into his room, it is not going to do any good for me. I'm going to create illnesses in my body. So Stanford did this where they made you forgive people and things and anything that is making you angry. When they did that, they saw a lot of benefits. They saw cardiac benefits of relinquishing anger and resentment without medicines. Forgiveness literally healed their hearts. Literally healed their hearts. Anger and resentment have a very, very bad effect on your body. Then the brain hemispheres, right? There is a balance in your brain hemispheres when you forgive and forget things, when you're not holding on to anger. So if you're interested, you can Google what is the story of Forgiveness Project by Stanford, and it's very interesting. The results were super interesting. And now, justifiable anger. Some people say, my anger is justified. I gave you everything possible. You are not utilizing the opportunities. It's like parents to kids. My anger is justified. It is called moralistic indignation. You are saying that you're standing on a high ground and I'm justified to be angry with you. That is wrong. Indignation is a strong feeling of anger or annoyance caused by something that is perceived as unfair. If somewhere atrocities are happening, poor people are being punished, or weak people are being punished, and you cannot see it, you say it is so unfair, it is so unjust, then you will call it a justifiable anger, which is okay. It is productive as long as you go and do something about it. That is where rebels form, revolutionaries have formed. Things have changed. Change in the society happened because of this justifiable anger only when there is an action happened associated with that anger. When there is action associated with that anger has a lot of energy. Anger has a lot of energy. If you direct it to a constructive, productive thing, then it will bring change. It will bring positive things, right? Otherwise, all that energy, with anger, you can punch a wall. That much energy it has. If you don't utilize that energy and you keep it within yourself, it will eat up your body. It will cause all the damage inside your body to your organs. Why do you want to do that? Right? And moralistic indignation is propped up by vanity and pride. There are so many people who just sit and talk about, this is the right thing to do. This is a good thing to do. They should not be doing this. Our government should not be doing this. You're just sitting there and talking. What good is that? And most of the times, we talk about how right we are and how wrong the other person or the situation is. You know what? I never do that. I never do that. This person always does it. Just by gossiping, you are not becoming a good person. And what is the price we pay for this chronic anger? For this anger, no anger is justifiable. If you can do something about it, go and do it. Otherwise, just keep quiet. Don't ruin yourself and others and the environment with your so-called justifiable anger. And is this worth it? The small satisfaction of being right. I am right, you are wrong. That pleasure, that cheap pleasure, is it worth it to have something wrong in your body done because of that anger? It's not. Ego payoffs. The energy of the vibration and the thought form with which it is associated create a readable record. We are all physically connected. I might not say anything to you. If I feel discomfort towards you, if I feel angry towards you, I don't even, and I could be superficial. You know how people say they're so fake? I can say, oh, that is so nice. This is so nice. You can say whatever you want with a happy face. It's not a happy face with a smile plastered to your face, but inside you're not happy about them. You're really upset with them. They can tell. Because you're vibrating at a different frequency. Your words and your vibration is not matching. How do you call people authentic? When you see some people, you feel that they're so authentic. They're so true to themselves. They don't even have to open their mouth. Just by looking at their couple of deeds, you say that. How? Because whatever they are saying is matching the vibration with which they are moving. They are in sync with it. When people are sync with it, that's when they are authentic. Authenticity is different for different people. If you see Sudha Murthy, she's so authentic. She does what she preaches. And she's not like she's daughter-in-law of a prime minister. She's wife of a billionaire. But how simple she is, because she believes in that simplicity. She believes in that simplicity. She exudes that simplicity. She's like, it's just a joy to be around her, to even watch her in anywhere, in TV or around anything. Because she's vibrating at the same frequency as she's speaking things. Whatever she's saying, she's in sync with it. Her emotions are in sync with it, right? We are all physically connected. Don't try to fake it. Don't try to say, you know what, my husband can't even tell if I'm angry because I always try to be pleasant with him. You don't try to be pleasant. You can never try to be pleasant. That is fake. You are pleasant or you're not pleasant. It's as simple as that. You are pleasant or you're not. You cannot say, I hide my feelings. You cannot hide your feelings. If you're feeling in a certain state, you're vibrating at that level. It's pure physics. You're vibrating at a certain frequency. You cannot vibrate at a certain frequency. I am very, very angry at you. I am vibrating at this frequency. I cannot smile and wear good clothes and come there in a party and say, I am enjoying here. People can easily see where you're vibrating. It doesn't matter how you're superficially, how you look, how you talk, how you speak. It doesn't matter. You can tell. If I'm giving a talk like this, you can tell. I cannot say, oh, I have a very sad life. Today morning, I woke up like this, but I'm pretending to do my job, to do this. It doesn't work that way. It will reflect. My authenticity will reflect. You can see my feeling. The day I'm not well, you can see the energy levels are different. And it's okay. It is totally all right. No matter what it is, how it is all right. Don't try to hide behind pretense, because guess what? It doesn't work. People will sense your vibration. It's not enough to see here. They will sense your vibration. Oh, I always say good things about that person. How come that person does not like me? Because you're not vibrating at the level they want you to. They are vibrating at a certain level. You are here with the shame, with the guilt, with the jealousy, with the envy, with the pride, anger, whatever it is. You are here with the fear. You are here. You cannot reach them. You cannot sync with them because you cannot resonate with them because you are here. They are here. Elevate yourself. Elevate yourself. They are not looking down upon you. You are not able to look up to them because you are not here. Elevate yourself and go here. You'll meet them at the plane they are existing. Forgive and forget. Don't hold on to things. It's not worth it. Don't hold on to things. Don't hold on to things ever. The inner actions between human beings are determined by the configurations of the vibrational energies, and their emotions are radiating into space. Your vibrations are radiating into space. You have no right. You have no right to corrupt the space around you. You have no right to make the space around you bad. So better to elevate yourself, to help others. If you want to do anything for anybody, right? You don't have to physically exert yourself to do something. Just be. If you're a nice person, everything falls in place. If you give your best everywhere, everything falls in place. You don't have to go an extra mile to do something different. When you are happy, the outcome of what you do will be happy, will be good, no matter what you do. If you're a janitor and you're cleaning something, if you're happy, the work you do reflects. The people around you who are benefiting from it are happy. It's like it's infectious, right? When you are working at your best, people around you will see that and they want to do that. That's how you help. Left and right brain function, male versus female brain. They say that male brains have left more dominated. I forget. Women are right-brained. Women characteristically. I'm not saying this as, you cannot take it out of context and say this woman mathematician or this or that. I'm just talking about in general. In general, it seems women are more intuitive and they are right-brained, and men are characteristically left-brained. They work with reason and logic. That's why it is difficult for a man. I think any couples who are here will understand. Any man, it is difficult for them to understand a woman's point of view, and vice versa. Kids when they are younger, they tend to go to moms more. Later on in their life, they tend to go to dads, because women are more intuitive. They understand your feelings. They can read a room. Men are more practical. They will think of the big picture. They will think of the future. They will think of the financial ramifications of a certain thing, whereas women think about the feeling, how they are feeling, things like that, right? So how do we, because of that discrepancy, it is hard. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus kind of story. It is hard for each of us to understand each other, right? So how do we balance it out? Whether you're a woman or a man, when you let go of negativity, right, you bring inner emotional healing. When you let go of negativity, you heal yourself from inside. When you heal yourself from inside, no matter whether you're a woman or a man, your brain, left and right brain, get balanced, right? Your left and right brain would get balanced and you become a more composed, more equiposed person. You're a pleasant person to be around with. Men can appreciate a woman, women can appreciate a man, when that thing is there, because you understand each other. You understand both aspects of it. You understand the whole picture. You have become whole yourself. What is the ideal situation? Ideal situation, to form a working hypothesis with intuition first. Whether you're a man or a woman, yes, women are more intuitive than men. That's why a perfect marriage is when a man and a woman complement each other. When a man understands that my wife is more intuitive, so let her deal with intuition, I will deal with the practical aspects of it, but let's both together work and make it a combined solution. That's an ideal situation. And not necessarily wife and husband, whether you're an employer and employee, whether you're mom and child, whether whatever it is, right? So the ideal situation is, and let's say you're by yourself. I am a woman, I'm more intuitive than practical, let's say. Then, not let's say I am like that, then what, for me, how to create ideal situations for me is, first, let me think of my intuition, what it says, right? Create a working hypothesis about it, and then use reason and logic to check it out to see if it makes sense or not. If my logic does not support my intuition, then ask more questions on why not. Because they say gut feeling, right? It is right. But gut feeling says jump, it's okay. But my logic and intuition is saying, my reasoning is saying that there is dirt and gravel on the floor. If I jump from here, my bones will break. I will get scraped. Right? But I know my intuition is saying you have to jump right now. So what do I do? So with my logic and this thing, reasoning, I can figure out, can I walk a little bit more and see if there is a garbage can or something where I can have a soft landing? I know I have to jump, but let's see if I can do it in a more practical way where I don't have to hurt myself. So usually it is like that, where ideal situation is where you create your hypothesis with your intuition, listen to your intuition, but check it out with your reason and logic as well, right? When you do that, when you are in a state of awareness, when you can do that, what happens is it offsets the anger. It offsets the anger that arises from misunderstanding and miscalculation. If you stand there and say, okay, I know I have to jump, the building is on fire, the only way to protect myself is jump out of here window, but oh my God, I'm going to break my bones. But if I'm here, I'll not survive with the fire and the quality of air and everything. Instead of getting angry, you're like, if you combine your intuition and logic and reasoning, what happens is you are in a more problem-solving state. Instead of complaining state, victim mode state, you are more in a problem-solving state, right? And increases the skillful mastery of emotions. Emotions, particularly anger, are like fire. They can cook your food and keep you warm, or they can burn your house down. It's literally like that. So if you skillfully master your emotions, right, then your life will be peaceful. That's what we are trying to do here. We are trying to understand how to let go of things. Willingness. There is only one thing required to change your life: willingness. If you are willing, there are a lot of things that you can do. There are a lot of opportunities everywhere. There are a lot of people that can help you if you are willing. Willingness is that one trump card. When you have it, anything is possible, right? What does willingness do? It dissipates anger by merely wanting to let go of it. If you're willing to let go of your anger, just the want, the desire to let go of anger, it already reduces the intensity of it. If you come and say, acknowledge that you join an anger management class, you have already accepted you are an angry person. You get angry by a lot of things. That itself is half the battle won. And then what happens? How do you dissipate it? By overall decision to find a better way, to stop relying on anger for things, to move up to courage and acceptance. I showed you the map of consciousness. You are willing to move up the scale of consciousness to courage and acceptance. And willingness, just the act of willingness, the act of wanting to do something, not even actually doing the thing, just the want of doing things, it starts letting go of anger. Who needs enemies? Isn't there negative influence in our society without adding one more? All emotions generate a vibrational energy in the universe. When you are angry, you are creating enemies for yourself. What is the point of surrounding with negative thought forms about those we view as enemies? Let's say you are mad at somebody. What does anger do? You are angry at some person. The way in which you react and not respond creates enemies, creates distance between you. You will not have a friend. Why go out of our way to hold on to them as enemies by stockpiling resentments and negativity in ourselves? People stay in the past. At that time, she did this. Then this happened. Later, I forgave her and I moved on. But again, she did this. She repeated this mistake. Why? Just take in this moment, this situation, what does it need? If you can help, help. Otherwise, don't. Don't start stockpiling all the past, live in the past, think of all the things. I know this person, repeated offender, they have been doing this. In future, they will do this too. You trade them. You stamp them. Whenever you do anything with a pure heart, do what the situation demands with a pure heart, with the best you can. It can never, ever go wrong. It is, you can have all the wise people, older people say that you don't understand, that person is a negative person, that person is a toxic person. If you do this, they will do this. I don't think so. I strongly, strongly believe that when your intention is right, when your heart is pure, when your effort is sincere, when you're dedicated to what you're doing, it can never, ever go wrong. Yes, you might have to learn some hard lessons. Then you will learn, you will try to stay far from those people. Because the whole point is you are vibrating at such a high frequency yourself. Negativity cannot come touch you. Negativity always vibrates lower. Negativity cannot come rise to your high level of vibration and pull you down. It never happens that way. It will pull you down. You will fall down when you start giving in to negative thoughts. When you start listening to people who are talking about things and say, you know what, my mom always says, never trust to people. The moment you lose trust in people, that's when you fall down. Not that other people have pulled you down. You do anything you want to do with a very sincere heart, with a pure heart. Even the bad person will feel bad for you, will sympathize you and not rob you. That is my belief. Very, very strong belief. I lived with that motto in my life. I never felt robbed. I never felt, in fact, I got back so much. I don't know if people owe me or I owe people, but I get a lot of favors. People do so much for me. I don't know how. I really don't know if all these people owe me, and they are like, if you talk strictly about karma, right? Giving in the balance sheet, looks like I did a lot of favors in my past. Or I am indebted to them now and later on I'll do more. You be nice. You be that purity of heart. That remove the fear that something bad will happen. My intention is right. Nothing bad will happen to me. Nothing bad will happen to you. Simple. Everything is energy. You are vibrating literally at a higher frequency when you're willing to do stuff. When you are neutral, you're not judging people. When you have the courage to pick yourself up when you fall down. When you are in that band, you are flowing, you are living your life. You are going with the flow of prana, life force. When you are flowing, you cannot be stuck. When you are flowing, even bad things happen to you, you still move on. Yes, you will get hurt, you will do something bad will happen, but you move on. You have gained scars, you have gained wisdom, you have learned from the bad things, but you move on. Your destination, you move on to your destination. That is what happens. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics, law of attraction. You vibrate at the place where you want things and you will get them. If I want to swim in a pool, swimming pool is in the ground floor. I cannot stay in the 5th floor and say I cannot swim. I have to come to the ground floor. And once I'm in the ground floor, I see everything. Then I see opportunities. Oh, there are robes there. I forgot to get my towel, my change of clothing. But there is a robe, there is extra towel. There are goggles, there are this, there are that. There is a sauna, there is a bathroom. There is a place where I can dry myself. I can change into this dry clothes later on. There are opportunities once you come to that floor. You cannot stay in your hotel room in 5th floor and say, I have only one pair of clothing. I don't know how to go. I did not buy shampoo and everything. I did not get this. I did not get that. Vibrate at the level you want, whatever you want, and you will get it. Once you vibrate at the frequency what you want, you will see opportunities. You will see everything falling in place. You will see a swimming pool with every possible freaking availability facility that you need to have a nice swim, go change, and move on. You have to vibrate at that frequency. Nothing bad will ever happen to you. We all need a friend. Friends are God's way of taking care of us. Look around. Review all your personal experiences. When you let go of anger, when you let go of expectation, when you let go of so-called narcissistic people bothering you and killing your life, when you let go of those thoughts, when you vibrate higher, you make friends. You're not enemies with anybody anymore. Once you have friends, we all need friends. When there is a friend, you reach out to them for help. We are a society, we are a community, we need each other. You cannot do anything, you cannot succeed without help. We all need people. We all need relatives. When we accomplish something, we need somebody to share with. Otherwise, there is no fun in the accomplishment. When you cannot share your joy, there is no fun. Fun is multiplied. Joy is multiplied when you can share it with people. The more friends you have, the more favors you do to people, you are getting so many favors back when you need them. We all need friends. Life is much happier and beautiful and everything when you have friends. Injustice collectors. Some people live their whole lives. They are just injustice collectors. They are going to find new injustices every day. That's what they do, and that's what they are. Their entire life, they're watching TV, they are trying to, that's their entire day. They are trying to talk about the bad things that are happening, the injustice that is happening. And it is normal. We all try to preach. We all try to see what is bad that is going on. Oh, in US, the roads are clean because there is a fine if they litter. You know what? We have to punish people here. They don't in India. They're not, some of the roads are not clean because there is no corporal punishment like this. Okay. Are you doing anything to change the needle? Are you going and putting in a complaint anywhere? Are you putting an emotion that, hey, in this community, in this street, in our community, let's do this? Are you trying anything to bring the change? Right? When you are just sitting there and complaining and talking about the injustices of the world, it is destructive, it is weakening. When you let go of that need to discuss about injustice, then it clears you, it frees you from the wrongs made against you and the society. Your time and attention are freedom. Just imagine what you can do with the free time. You see the beauty and opportunity around you. For creativity to happen, there needs to be free place. If your cup is already full with all the misconceptions, with all the injustices in the world, how are you going to create something new? There is no room. There is no space. Only when you free up your personality, your brain, your mind, your world, then you can think of what you can create, right? Inner angriness. Anger is binding, it is not freeing. It connects us to another person and holds them in our life pattern. If you're angry with your husband, you are always trying to find things to be more angry about. You're stuck in a pattern. And when you are stuck in a pattern, no matter what they do, they trigger you. First thing, now you will find other people of similar behavior. Your friend comes and says about her husband. You will find your son to behave. It's, oh my God, you have so many of your dad's traits. You are annoying me like this. You'll find your father-in-law to be like that. I'm like, no wonder, generations. It's going through generations. Everybody around you, you'll find more and more people who will trigger that anger in you. Because you're stuck in a pattern, you're looking for that traits in everybody. Until we handle our inner angriness, that we attract only that kind of people, that kind of situations which keeps triggering you all the time. Once handled, people with that quality disappear from our life. People, situations, everything disappears. The same person, your husband will not disappear, but his traits of which that is triggering you will disappear. Once you have learned the art of handling your anger, their personality will change. You have improved them as well. By fixing you, you have improved the other person. You are stuck in a negative pattern until we let go of the energy of anger. It's little payoffs of righteous indignation. When we feel angry about people, you are like, you feel supremacy to them. You are getting that ego payoff that you are better than them. If you let go of that, you let go of the need to be angry at people. And you let go of the feeling wronged and the desire for revenge. Revenge is a big word. People will say, no, I don't seek any revenge. But you will seek revenge if you are stuck in a pattern like this. You want something bad for other people to happen just to say that, you know what, God gave you punishment. But it is you who are seeking the punishment. You who are seeking the revenge. God does not do something magical that you don't want it to happen. Letting go of anger. So anger releasing, there are a lot of techniques. We talked about a lot of techniques on how to do it. There are some visualization exercises. I really love Louise Hay's work. So this is something you can take a look. There are some meditations by her, affirmations by her. Google Louise Hay's anger releasing and you can find a lot of material that will help you on any particular thing or situation or anything. We are free to experience emotional comfort and ease. Nobody is stopping you from not experiencing comfort and ease. If you're not feeling comfortable and easy, it is on you. It is on nobody else. It is on you, purely on you. The moment you start expressing gratitude for the daily opportunities, you grow, you heal. You have to be grateful. No matter where you are, no matter how horrible your situation is, I'm pretty sure there is something to be grateful about. If you can't find anything to be grateful in your life, you should be grateful for the earth you are living on, for the 5 elements, for the air. You have no contribution towards the oxygen you're breathing, to the sunlight, to the water, to the air, to the fire. You have no contribution towards those things. Those are happening to you, for your survival, for your sustenance on this earth. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for those things at least every day. Then you will start, the moment you are vibrating at the frequency of gratitude, you will start expressing gratitude for other little things in your life. Once you're grateful for things and once you're growing and healing, you will start mutually caring with one another. You will become a caring person with other people in your life. The moment you are vibrating at gratitude, the moment you're growing and healing, once you start caring about others, there is an improvement in your health. And there is more life energy. It allows us to move up to a more effective and effortless state of inner freedom. And it's all about whatever we do, whatever we ask for, whatever it is all for freedom. It is all for, once you're free inside, you are a more peaceful person. You want to become a peaceful person. So that is where we end today. I think it went much longer today because we had an intro of the letting go book and everything. Next chapter is pride. I love this chapter. I think we all are masters of pride and ego. So we will talk about chapter 9 next week.